And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Bynum. Playing against the West, no vacation for the Pistons last year.
Just 9 up and 21 down against teams from the Western Conference, Kevin, and the Pistons took some major lumps when they went west.
They've got Jason Maxiell. Bynum out there with Ben Gordon. Then there's Tayshaun Prince and Wallace. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. Now let's check in with the third member of our crew, Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, Jonas Jerebko went from a low-level Italian team to a starting role for the Detroit Pistons last season. A big jump up in competition, but Jerebko may have played better in the NBA than he did in Europe. Jerebko said that in Europe, quote, the game is so much more compact. In the NBA, it's more wide open and you can do a lot more. You have to be on the move, it's an up-and-down game, and that allows me to show my skills. Kevin, sounds like he's happy to be in the NBA.
In the NBA, happy to have him. Thank you, Doris. And here are the Pistons now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Prince misses. Yeah, we all know the West is a tough place to get a win.
And even more so, Kevin, for teams struggling like Detroit. I mean, when you face those elite teams out west, they expose every one of your warts and weaknesses.
Like walking into a buzzsaw.
Big time. Despite his height, he's choosy with his dunks. But when he does, make way.
Now Bynum. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Behind the arc. Kept alive. Takes it up. And Jason Maxiell with the slam.
That's right, fella. Don't be afraid to power it down.
Yeah, Clark, a good capper at the end of that play. Here's Maynard. Gets rid of it. Green kicks to Harden. Back to Green. Harden against Gordon. On the wing, Harden. He's coming off a 19-point game against Chicago. James Harden was picked third in the draft last season, was taken one pick before Rookie of the Year Tyreke Evans. Clark, you think that was the right call in retrospect?
You know, you always have to look at how you're trying to build your team, Kevin. It's a puzzle you're trying to put together, and what are the best pieces for you and how are they going to fit together is even more important. And Oklahoma City felt like Harden, with his ability to shoot the ball outside, would be a better complement to Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. You know, those fouls are kind of easy to fall into. The refs caught him climbing up the back. The ball's almost in your grasp, but if you bump the defender while he's going up, they will blow the whistle.
Here's Bynum. Back to Prince. Prince, right side. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there. Here's Maynard. He's guarded by Bynum. Cook, guarded by Prince. Here's Maynard. And here is Aldridge. Shoots from 12. Yes, and a nice assist from Maynard. And the Thunder lead by 3. Right around 9 minutes left in the second. Now a timeout called by Detroit. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
I thought they really looked good, Kevin, before heading into overtime. Things just fell apart, though, for them after that. They seemed to lose focus.
For the Pistons, Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Wallace. Villanueva comes in for Jason Maxiell. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Will Bynum. Kevin Durant's checked in for the Thunder. Prince backing him down. And it's Harden picking him up. Connected on the shot, and he was fouled. A chance here for a three-point play.
Thunder foul.
Nick Collison's checked in for Cole Aldridge.
Third person, second. Shooting for Detroit. Tayshaun Prince. Shooting.
And he ties it up.
Tayshaun Prince is one of the few pieces left from those great Piston teams along with Rip Hamilton. But he had an injury-riddled season last year.
Here's Maynard. Harden the pass to Durant. Guarded by Prince. Fades away. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
And it's too bad with Prince. The Pistons really could have used him in Clark, what was a disaster of a season for him a year ago.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. I mean, I think his absence and the record illustrates exactly what he brings to the table. Leadership, consistency, and versatility.
Here's Maynard after the basket by Detroit. Harden kicks to Collison. Here's Green, connects from in close. Green's got his third bucket of the night.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Pass to Prince. Guarded now by Durant. From about 16, again the Pistons good for two.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
Now the Thunder with it, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
One factor that did not come into play was their impact from their top scorer. They look for his impact, depend on it, and I think had he delivered his usual solid output, they would have won.
Here is Stuckey, 11 points last game. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well, it's clear they've got the advantage on the boards in this one, Kevin.
Now Maynard. Outside Durant. On the wing, Harden. He's guarded by Stuckey. Durant, no good. And here are the Pistons now. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Yep, they'll see them twice this season, so not a lot of face time with these guys.
Here's Gordon. And the Thunder with possession. Rodney Stuckey covering. Lays out. Stolen away. They've got a chance to take their first lead right now. The shot misses. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way. And people do like to see these interconference battles.
Oh, I agree with you, Kevin. Definitely in some sports you don't get to play all the other teams on your home court. So the fans love coming out for these.
Here is Stuckey. James Harden picking up that last basket. He has 7. Here's Stuckey. Detroit, no good that time either.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Collison kicks to Harden. Fires from the elbow. Collison, no good.
Well, he was wide open for a reason. The D was just begging for him to attempt that shot.
Prince outside. Villanueva with it. Back to Prince. Collison gets the board inside. About 5.5 minutes left in the half. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 11 points.
That's really a terrific look inside. Set him up beautiful.
Here is Villanueva. The dump off. Here's Prince. Another miss by Prince.
He just hasn't been able to get on track in this game. Not like he would like to. He's a much better shooter than he's shown.
The Thunder were a decent team against Western Conference opponents, but they really had success against the East.
Yeah, they took advantage of being able to outscore and really outplay from an effort standpoint.
Oh!
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Here's Maynard. Pass to Collison. And here's Harden. Buries the baseline J. Harden's got 13 points. Here's Stuckey. 7 points in the game. Monroe backs in. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. With all the competing players in the Pistons backcourt, Clark, how do you start divvying up the minutes?
Well, that's a coach's challenge. I mean, when you have a crowded position or a crowded backcourt in the case of Detroit, and you have offensive-minded guards, I think the players are going to have to determine where they best fit in and agree to be accountable in those areas.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Jason Maxiell's checked in for Villanueva. Hamilton comes in for Ben Gordon. And it's Bynum in for Rodney Stuckey. The Thunder making a switch here. Here's Westbrook. No points for him. And that's floated right up and in. And the Thunder lead by 4. Clark, you think any of these guys are good enough to be in that Chauncey Billups category?
Well, he's a special player, Kevin. I mean, from a leadership standpoint, in terms of how he runs a team, the respect he demands from his teammates, boy, that's a huge player to kind of replace. I don't know if you can get there with what they've got now.
Kristich. Tayshaun Prince with the rebound. And here are the Pistons now, trailing by 4. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubt the Oklahoma City Thunder are a team on the rise, and folks around the league taking a bit of notice. Minnesota forward Kevin Love said they really set the bar for where teams in a rebuilding stage want to be. And Kobe Bryant said, I love what Oklahoma's doing. It's a young team. Everybody, including myself, is kind of sitting around saying, eventually, they're going to fall off. And then they don't. They just keep going. Some nice accolades for these youngsters, gentlemen.
You can tell they've made a big impression. Thanks, Doris. Guarded by Green. Prince against Green. Just 4 to shoot. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got 10 points in the game.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
The Thunder with the lead. Now here's Westbrook. Now Cephalosha. The turnover by Oklahoma City. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. You take a look at the Thunder. Right there at the 2 spot. So good.
Boy, Kevin, I thought their coach really did a fantastic job of getting all of the guys on the team to realize the importance of free throws. You know, last year where they were great, excellent from the line. This year, they're hoping to do even better.
Here's Prince. Another miss by Prince. A bit of a step backwards for Jeff Green last season when a lot of people thought, you know, he was going to be one of the breakout players.
Well, he saw his rebound totals and point totals drop, Kevin. But again, I'm not so quick to say when a guy's numbers slide that he hasn't improved. Learning the NBA game takes a few years, and I think Green is right on pace.
Here's Prince. Another miss by Prince.
Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
Cephalosha makes it from 18 feet out. He's got 7. And to that point about Green, the way his buddy Durant was scoring last year, it might have been best anyway just to defer to him.
And it seems like that's kind of his personality. He's not one that wants to take charge. He's capable, he's skilled, and he's a valuable piece when you talk about a winning team. You know, both teams, Kevin, are just about even in terms of giveaways here, so no advantage either way.
And Oklahoma City turns it over. A different look for Detroit. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Monroe. Urebko comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Will Bynum. The Thunder making a switch here. Here is Stuckey. 7 points in the game. He's covered by Westbrook. Hamilton backs him down. Goes up. Takes it up. The shot, no good. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way. Cephalosha. Back to Westbrook. Here is Ibaka. Here's Durant. Kept alive. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And here's what the Detroit Pistons schedule looks like. They'll be playing the Celtics. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Stuckey. 24 seconds left in the second. Hamilton with it. Here's Maxiel. Goes up. Scooped up. Here's Wallace. And count that bucket right there. He keeps with it, and now a free throw shot for him.
Thunder foul. Serge Ibaka.
He can't complete the three-point play. You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all. Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays.
You know, the defense has really stepped up here to start this game. I like that. They came out ready to take care of business at that end of the floor. Solid defensive work across the board.
And so we wrap up the first half.
We've seen James Harden playing a good game here. He's got 13 points and a steal. Boy, he was locked in that whole half.
Thunder out in front, up by 4.
And it's been a great game out in Detroit. Thanks for joining us for the HP Halftime Report. An impressive start for the Thunder. They're looking to get back to 500 before they find themselves in a hole way too deep for this early in the season. Kevin Durant has not felt much resistance against Detroit. And a resilient Pistons team is staying in it. A reoccurring theme, leaving a lot of points at the free throw line. Not a great game for Rodney Stuckey. Not a lot of shots falling. He's under 30% on the night. Some strong play from these two men on your screen in the first half. We'll see if they can keep it going. And that's going to do it as we send you back to the game in the Motor City. Third quarter from Detroit, coming up next.